start the discussion on, oh god, testing, 1, 2, 3. I completely...
Testing, 1, 2, 3. That's because the title was really meta and realized that it was about wrapping Pinkie Pie.
It was all about
testing. I thought that this was going to be a lot more musical in hindsight, now that I remember the title. Then it wasn't, and I was really confused.
I try and avoid spoilers, but I read somewhere that Pinkie Pie had a song in this one, and I saw the title, and I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna have like another musical montage like she did with her Key episode, where it was just all of the music, and I'm like, this is going to be the best episode ever.
Anything else in this episode could have happened, and 90s rapping Pinkie Pie would have nothing else.
That's all that mattered. I loved this episode, but
that was
the most important.
But I can't stress enough that 90s rapping Pinkie Pie is the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen.
It was a thing that I didn't know I wanted until it happened, and then I just want more.
And the crappy background, and the fedora, and the clock, and the bling.
The clock! Oh my god. And did you catch that Dr. Hooves was in the music video?
No, I was completely I was in a zone of
thought, cause the 11th Doctor had a thing where he recorded backings for a rapper, and I'm like, oh my god, now Dr. Hooves in the thing is doing vocal backs for a rap! The crossover is killing me. Pinkie Pie is making me so happy. I'm super pleased. I'm done.
So Pinkie Pie was perfect. Other things.
Now the actual episode.
I was really confused because I kept expecting things like I was just like, oh, it's gonna be about this, and then I was like, wait, no, now it's doing that. Wait, no, now it's what? Before I finally caught on to what they were doing, and maybe I just felt a little dumb. It was also emotional.
Says the straight A student.
Okay. Oh well. How ironic! I didn't do that on purpose. It's the thing about the episode with the learning. It was weird because I've always been a straight A student, and I've also always kind of identified with Twilight because we're both the nerdy smart ponies. But in this episode, I actually identified a lot more with Rainbow Dash. Actually, even though and I actually was kind of like, all right, Twilight, you need to calm
down, girl.
I know you're trying to help. I'm sure it's appreciated, but you need. And I really am glad that they address people learn in different ways.
Yes, that is one of the reasons why I really like this episode.
Yeah, that was really awesome. I really, really appreciated
that. And
they
showed different forms. They had visual, they had auditory, they had complete submersion, and then they had Applejack, who was just like...
Applejack's line actually made that really hard.
Well, you're on your own.
Oh, wait, what? 12 hours?
I don't understand Rarity's learning, though. Rarity was just like, I'm just gonna make everything fashion.
I do, because think of it as maybe role-playing it.
Kinesthetic? More handsy-feely?
Because it's hard to, you can't really, kinesthetic with history is a little...
But wait! You can! Because that's what I did in high school! I was a historical interpreter. The moral was fantastic. I had a lot of happy feels for this episode.
Yeah.
And the pacing was fantastic.
Yeah.
It wasn't too fast, it wasn't too slow, it didn't feel cluttered. I was surprised every time another character was introduced, but they did it very gracefully. Except for Pinkie Pie being like, BOOM!
But that's because it's Pinkie Pie, and that's what's
and it was appreciated. I love Pinkie Pie. I love her. I love her.
Oh yeah, also shout out to Fluttershy for actually telling Rainbow Dash and
yes! No!
Twilight.
Oh my god! Shh! Girls! Calm down.
That's exactly what happens. What needed to happen, it is what happened.
And the fight though, I was really waiting for Rainbow Dash just to call out on Twilight Princess bullshit. With her flying, my mind was...
Actually, I keep forgetting that Twilight is an alicorn now. When she was flying at the beginning, I was like, how?
What?
Wait,
when did this
why do you have wings? Oh, right.
Because she hasn't ever, really used them since the beginning. She hasn't really been a main focus of an episode. She's been a side character.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciated seeing Twilight again. I didn't know how much I missed her, because she just is either not in the episode or she's such a minor role. It's like seeing Castiel in Supernatural again. It's like, finally! Where have you been? Smack some sense into these crazy people.
Would Rainbow Dash really not know the history of the Wonderbolts? Would her little fangirl heart really not? But
yeah.
It's
totally possible.
I know it's possible, which is why I was like, okay, that's fine, but I was a little, oh, that's Okay.
Sports fans. They're like current
true.
with the current team, and
Yeah.
they don't go into the history of the franchise. So it's totally possible that she knows all the names and the stats of the current Wonderbolts, but not give a shit about 1,000 years ago because they're old farts 6 feet under.
That was
This
always...
is a really good episode for teachers and the school system.
Everyone can learn from this episode. Kids will feel better about themselves. Other people can learn.
No, I learn in a very different way than everybody else, and I have, depending on the subject and depending on the topic is how I learn. If I were younger, I could really relate to this episode, being like, I'm not dumb, I'm just haven't found the way that I learned best. The beginning, did you notice that the beginning of the episode was foreshadowing to the end of the episode? Did you see it?
Wait, which part of the beginning?
The very, very beginning, when Twilight is all like, oh, that Rainbow Dash, why isn't she studying? I'm gonna fly up there, and Rainbow Dash is like, poop, I heard you from a mile away.
Oh my goodness.
It was foreshadowing for the thing. Did you not catch it?
No, I didn't.
Mind blown.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Wasn't that fantastic, right?
That is fantastic.
Yes! Ah! I didn't catch that until the third time I watched the episode.
Okay.
Not even gonna lie. I loved this episode so much that I just kept hitting replay. Animation. The animation was the scene changes.
Yes.
I loved the scene changes. With the highlighters and the Exy things. And the choreography of the Pegasus is flying.
That
I was so
beautiful.
They have never done something so intricate or interacting with each other. And the cinematography and the choreography of flying. This is what gets me so excited about this show, is because they're pushing the limits of animation and all this other, and the world building is beautiful, and I'm so happy about Pegasus. I also want to address Spike.
Also show up, didn't he?
Yeah, Spike
Very
he didn't have any lines, but
he didn't, but
he
he had a beret.
Spike's beret. I liked his addition. Like, he wasn't a vital thing, but I liked his cameo.
Yeah, I liked the animal play a lot. Actually, probably the easiest way for me to learn anything, if you put it in story format, I will retain all of it, and then go write fanfiction about it. You know.
I mean, we're fangirls. That's just how we roll. With Fluttershy and all the other ones, they tried different things. They didn't keep hitting their head on a brick wall like teachers and public school system do over and over and over and over and over.
And in this episode, Twilight was... Maybe I think that's because it was literally on purpose, that this episode, Twilight, was a metaphor for the public school system. And that was why I was like, Twilight.
But then Rainbow Dash...
the public school system.
But then Rainbow Dash was also a metaphor for the kids that I wanted to punch in the face at school.
That is also true.
So I'm like,
well,
Rainbow
she was
Dash,
being the most unattentive. But, I mean, we've all been there. We've all been in that place where it's like, I just really...
I don't want to do anything.
Right now.
Ain't happening. I figured out why Granny Smith's cutie mark is an apple pie and not an apple. Because Granny Smiths are the apples you use in apple pie. I'm a genius! I'm a genius! Who's the genius?
You're the genius.
I'm the genius.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You've noped out of the screen.
I have become Big Mac. Nope.
90s rapping Pinkie Pie!
90s rapping Pinkie Pie!
90s rapping Pinkie Pie!
90s rapping Pinkie Pie.
And even when later on, when she just like had another 2 lines, it went, wicka wicka! This is beautiful!
Well, the best thing about 90s rapping Pinkie Pie was the fact that I remember the time where I would be in school and there was really bad educational 90s rap with those shitty green screen backgrounds.
And the tiny aspect ratio.
And that was exactly what it was. And it was absolutely beautiful.
Yes. Again, the rest of the episode doesn't matter much, because that was just beautiful.
No, I just, my mind was wiped clean by 90s rapping Pinkie Pie. I don't have much else to say, 90s rapping Pinkie Pie, vaguely concerned feels, 90s rapping Pinkie Pie! Oh look, the moral was actually awesome. 90s rapping Pinkie Pie!
You had it now, folks, straight from Desert Storm's mouth. Nothing else matters, because 90s rapping Pinkie Pie. I rate this episode the king-size crayon box.
5 out of 5 flashcards.
Twilight would have more than 5 flashcards, my friend.
She would have more than 5 flashcards. An entire library of textbooks. That's the rating.
That's the rating.
All of the textbooks.
This has been TFFFOOP.
I'm Desert Storm.
And I'm Summer Melody. Ciao.
Bye, B.
This has been TFFFFFFFFF. Oh my god, how many F's are in our title?
I think 3.